Hello, this is Peggy Lamb with Massage Publications and the Abundant Body Worker. And I've taught my Releasing the Rotator Cuff workshop to thousands of body workers of all kinds, massage therapists, physical therapists, occupational therapists. And one of the most frequent questions I get is, my own shoulders hurt. What can I do? And that moment when you start feeling a new pain in your shoulders, you start hoping it's not serious, and perhaps you've been working too hard and you're thinking through what might have caused it and how is this new pain going to affect your career? Will you be able to still see clients? Should you get it treated? And here's the thing. As a professional, you know that this is probably not a new pain. It's just surfacing now. And perhaps you've been putting off or been lax in your body mechanics. But there's a way to make the rigors of doing body work for you and not against you. And so I've created this 5 tips to avoid shoulder pain while you work. So let's look at these tips right now. So tip number 1, we want to assess first, what's your habitual posture? Are you a bulldog or a Great Dane? And this is an image that I've used with clients and students for years now. And there's just something about these pictures that connects with your nervous system, because our nervous system loves images. And so let's look at a bulldog. So do you see how the bulldog scapula are protracted, the shoulder joints internally rotated? Now, if this is your habitual posture, what happens is the weight of your upper body is transferred in a zigzag manner, which puts stress on multiple joints and soft tissue structures. Now let's look at a Great Dane. The scapula, which is everything follows the scapula. They're neutral, they're anchored with the shoulder joints externally rotated. And when this is more of your habitual posture, your weight and force is transferred through the center of the joint, which minimizes stress on joints and soft tissue structures. So which one are you? Which one do you tend to be more like? And you can use this image during the day, especially when you're doing body work. Am I being more of a bulldog right now or a Great Dane? And if I'm being a bulldog, do I really need to be? Because there's sometimes that we need to be more of a bulldog, depending on what we're doing. But if you find, no, I'm just being a bulldog because I'm being lax, just think of that Great Dane image and notice how your body will change. So if you're more of a bulldog, you're going to make some changes necessary to become more like a Great Dane. So on the road to being a Great Dane, you want to keep the scapula and shoulder joints in a neutral position. Avoid that protracted, abducted position and internally rotating the shoulder joints while you work. And this puts you on the road to being a Great Dane more often than you're a bulldog. And next tip, oh, I love this one because I heard it from a very respected mentor, the late great Bob King. Beware of becoming visually enthralled. The body follows the eyes, so peering too closely at a structure has this global effect of spinal flexion, internal rotation, etc. I think you get the picture. If you need to look closely at a structure, sit down or hinge at the hips. Again, this simple action puts you farther down the road to being a Great Dane. Tip number 5, the center of gravity or your hara. And if you put your finger 2 inches below your navel, this is the center of gravity. Imagine a flashlight attached here and allow the light to lead your movement. So when you do this, the upper and lower body are in alignment because your body's center of gravity is moving. So follow the light. Allow your pelvis to be in a neutral position, neither sway back or tucked under. And this is another simple action that puts you farther on the road to being a Great Dane. So let's recap. Determine if your habitual posture is more bulldog or Great Dane. If you're more of a bulldog, make the necessary changes to become more like a Great Dane. And that's when you can use that image whenever you think about it. Am I being a Great Dane now or a bulldog? Keep your scapula and shoulder joints in neutral while you work as much as possible. Beware of becoming visually enthralled and move from your center of gravity. Follow the flashlight. Everything starts in the core. So if you just think of moving from your core, it has a global effect on the body. And here's the thing, you know, as body workers of all kinds, we're at high risk for rotator cuff injuries. So I want you to have a long and rewarding career as a body worker. And thanks for watching. This little mini section here is from my Save Your Shoulders course, which is coming soon. Because again, you can achieve and maintain happy, healthy shoulders that will withstand the rigors of body work so you can continue in this profession, which blesses the world. If you would like a print version of these 5 tips to avoid shoulder pain, the link is in the description. It's also up here on this slide, massagepublications.com, 5 tips to avoid shoulder pain. And I will see you in the next video.